Winston? Winston? Come back with that leg of lamb.
I'm just back from Barcelona, and one of the dishes that appears on every restaurant's menu that I went into was paella. Paella is Spain's national dish, and it originates in the 15th century from the wetlands of Valencia. Paella was originally farm laborers' food, and it was cooked at lunchtime over a large fire in a large pan, and everyone would just dig in with their spoons and eat from the pan. And it had the rice in there, and it had anything else that was pretty much lying around the farm. I mean, there'd be chicken, there'd be rabbit, there'd be green beans, there'd be tomato. There'd actually even be, at one stage, they'd put snails in there too. And we're not using snails today, but that was the original dish. The authentic rice used in paella is bomba rice. It's a lot more expensive than, say, jasmine rice, basmati rice. It takes longer to grow. And then also another ingredient that's authentic is the saffron. Saffron is ridiculously expensive. You know, that beautiful sweet floral flavor that it gives off into the paella just makes it incredible. Now, when I came to deciding how I'm going to make my paella, because there's hundreds of different versions of it, I thought, well, do we use the bomba rice? Do we use the saffron? I want this dish, I want my paella to be one that you make at home. A lot of you are going to say the bomba rice and the saffron are just too expensive. I put a link in the description below. If you want to order them, you can try them at home. But in my recipe, the one I make at home for the family, I posted a picture on Instagram just yesterday, and everyone says, give us the recipe, share the recipe. So here it is. But I use jasmine rice, and instead of the saffron, I'm using turmeric. Turmeric is super healthy, it's a superfood. So that's gonna make this dish beautiful, healthy, and look pretty too. Let's get cooking. The tradition is to use chicken thighs when you're making paella, and that's what I like to use too. So a little salt and pepper on our chicken, and now I'm going to seal it. As I said, this all stays in one pan. This is my paella pan, a nice round pan, nice and shallow, 2 handles, and I'm going to put some olive oil in there. As you can see, it's hot, it's steaming straight away, and now I can put my chicken, and I'm going to sear the chicken thighs. I'm putting them in upside down because I've already seasoned that side. Now I sear my chicken just on one side. The searing you don't have to do. You can go straight in the oven with the chicken and the rice. But searing actually caramelizes the protein, and that gives a beautiful look, color, but also a gorgeous flavor too. So it's worth doing. I don't do the other side. Look, you can just turn them over now and see how they colored beautiful. And just let them sit there for a few minutes. Next, it's not traditional, and you can choose if you want to add or not, but I like to add some bell pepper in there. So a little more olive oil, and then my pepper. You can use whatever color you want. You can do a combination of colors if you want to make it look really pretty. But some bell pepper and a little pinch of salt. And I'm just going to stir that around. I've reduced the heat a little bit because I don't want it to burn and color, but I do want it to sort of soften and wilt a little bit. Once the peppers have softened, then I'm going to add my rice. Just give it a stir so it just gets a little coating with that olive oil that's in the pan. Traditionally, onion shouldn't be added into a paella at all, but onion gives flavor. And so in mine, I actually add some green onion because that gives color as well. and then the turmeric. And finally, I've got some chicken broth. And when you're making the paella using jasmine rice or basmati rice, you want to be sure that you add 1 part rice to 2 parts of liquid, okay? So 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of chicken broth. If you're using the bomba rice, then it's 1 cup of rice and 3 cups of liquid. But with the basmati and the jasmine, it's 2 to 1. Once the broth's come to the boil, then I'm going to add my chicken neatly into the dish. You can leave it on the stove and let it continue cooking on there. It's best to cover it with a lid or some aluminum foil. I have to say both now for the UK and the US and around the world too. I like to put mine now in the oven 350 degrees and let it cook for about 20 minutes. While it's cooking, I'm going to bring out some beautiful Gulf shrimp that I've picked up, because it's not tradition to mix the chicken and the fish together, but Valencia's right on the coastline. They have the most beautiful fish, and so now certainly with the tourists, it's more popular to have shrimp and chicken and mussels and clams and, you know, all that seafood in there too. If you're just doing chicken, then it needs to go in the oven for about 20 minutes or so. That'll actually give the rice chance to absorb all of that chicken broth. Now, as I said, I'm going to add some beautiful shrimp to mine. And I've got this Texas Gulf shrimp. Look at those, they're amazing. So after about 10 minutes, 15 minutes of cooking, you just want to take the paella out of the oven and then add your shrimp. Don't put them on before when you put the chicken in, because you'll overcook them. They'll be really, really tough. So once I've done that, I want a little olive oil over the top, so they don't dry out too much. I don't need to add any more seasoning. The seasoning is all in that rice. It looks beautiful already. Just give it another 5 minutes or so just to cook those shrimp. So after about 20-25 minutes in the oven, as you can see, the shrimp are now cooked. The chicken is cooked and looking absolutely gorgeous. And as we come in close on this, you can see around the edges, look at this crispy rice. They fight over that in Spain. That's the best part. Everybody wants that crispy rice around the edge. But look, in the center, lift up this piece of chicken. Beautiful, moist, tender rice, flakes of rice, flavored with that turmeric and the onion and the bell peppers in there. And the chicken is cooked perfect. And look, because the shrimp have only been in there for, what, 8 to 10 minutes, they've cooked absolutely perfect too and haven't overcooked. How pretty does that look? Paella, the cheaper version, my version, no saffron in there, no bomba rice, but a beautiful dish all the same. It's perfect for that family night cooking, and everyone's gonna love this. It smells amazing, it looks gorgeous, and if you just want to do the chicken, just do the chicken in there. But paella is amazing, and one dish to clean up. Got to be worth making just for that. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment below. Be kind to me, because this is my version of paella for the family at home in the week, and not the authentic traditional one. Maybe I do that another time using the bomba rice and the saffron. Have a good week, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Give me a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends. Share the paella with your friends. See you again soon. Just tastes so good. So good.